Israel's attacks didn't stop, despite a ceasefire, and despite Lebanon's insistence that the truce was the gateway to negotiations with Israel. Lebanon, with little leverage, sent a negotiator to Washington. It now says a long-term ceasefire tops the agenda of its first direct engagement with Israel in decades. So far, there's been no commitment by Israel. Instead, it is increasing military pressure. Strikes have been relentless. Casualties keep rising. It wants Hezbollah to surrender and disarm. But that's a red line for the group, which is engaged in a war of attrition, using hard-to-detect and low-cost drones that have inflicted casualties on Israeli troops occupying southern Lebanon and in northern Israel. Hezbollah is also not in the room and wants nothing to do with the negotiations because Israel's main objective is to force it to disarm. Lebanon and Israel entered negotiations with sharply different starting points. For Lebanon, it's about consolidating a ceasefire, a full Israeli withdrawal from southern Lebanon behind internationally recognized borders, establishing a permanent agreement on disputed border demarcations, release of all Lebanese detainees, the return of residents to their villages, and international support for the reconstruction of war-devastated areas.
Authorities here are committed to enforcing a state monopoly over arms, but say it will take time. But Israel's ambassador to Washington has again doubted the Lebanese government's ability to do so, even though, in his words, they share the same goal of freeing the country from the group. He also said the goal of the meetings in Washington is about reaching peace as if there is no Hezbollah and fighting Hezbollah as if there is no peace.
In recent weeks, Israel expanded the scope of its attacks and depopulated more villages and signaled plans to deepen the ground operation. "We will remain firm," was what Israel's negotiators said. Hezbollah too has said its fighters will remain on the battlefield as long as Israeli forces remain in the country. It's that reality on the ground that's overshadowing diplomacy in Washington. Zeina, Khodr, Jazeera, Beirut.